I always have the fight of marijuana and spice when I'm doing groups. You know, marijuana's grown on the earth and it's still a drug. No matter what, it's a drug. So the spice, I have individuals that are using that and getting away with it in probation, but they have that notion, that perception that, well, spice is, you know, legal and you can buy it right in the store, and you know, but still, it's still a brain-altering chemical. It's still a drug. I know on the Marine base they do have UAs for spice, and they have UAs back east for spice. Well, we're hoping that they hurry up and get the spice implemented in the probation departments and here in Yuma quickly, because a lot of people are getting away with still getting high on spice, so they're learning not a darn thing. So that's way unfortunate. Ecstasy, that's another drug that's very popular. They also call it X. We have also alcohol out there that people get addicted to, barbiturates. There's all kinds of different drugs out there that people become highly addicted to. Why do we use? We all use for a reason, and we must find out why we are using. One day I was in a training and our boss went around and he asked us, if you were going to use a drug, what would you use? And so each staff member actually answered. You know, some would say, I'd use heroin, or I use marijuana, or I use methamphetamine. And the reasons were is methamphetamine, so I'll have more energy, or marijuana, so I'll feel more calmer, or heroin, so I just don't worry about anything. Well, we all use for a reason, and it's important that we find out why we're using. The reasons can include loneliness, abuse, like physical abuse, sexual abuse when you were a child, depression, anxiety, peer pressure, and so many other reasons. So finding out exactly why you use, I think, in my personal opinion, that it's important to find out why we're using in the first place, so that we can get a hold of it, a grip of it, and figure out, oh, that's the reason why I use, and so that you can implement something new and actually deal with it in a better way. If it is depression, a lot of people with psychiatric issues actually self-medicate. They do use drugs to kind of get a balance, to feel normal, I get whatever normal is, to kind of feel normal. So you say you have somebody who has severe depression, they might use methamphetamines to feel better. So they're self-medicating instead of going to see a psychiatric doctor and maybe get a medication that's going to actually help them and be more effective instead of using a drug. Peer pressure is a big one. It's out there, I know it. I know it's out there for you guys, and it's scary because it's so easy to get into drugs via peer pressure. You know, you want to feel like you fit in and all that, okay? The feeling we get from using and the chemicals in the brain, I already went through that. You feel euphoric, again, that serotonin level goes up. So that's another reason why people use. What puts you at risk? First and foremost, we must find out what will put you at risk. It could be the wrong crowd, feeling lonely, feeling like you're not fitting in with the in crowd, and other reasons. So for prevention purposes, you want to know what will put you at risk. You know, going to this party and you know that they're going to have a bunch of dope there and marijuana, you heard about all the alcohol and you're underage, maybe you don't really want to go to that party, so that you don't get sucked in, you know, from using. Because it's so, oh, come on, man, use, you know. You don't want to feel like, you know, you're being pressured, because peer pressure is a really hard thing to deal with. It's so easy to go out there and just try it, and the next thing you know, you can become addicted. People think, oh, using one time, I won't get addicted to it, but really, in all reality, you can. You know, in Yuma, drugs is such a big epidemic. It's just growing and growing and growing. I mean, we're right next to Mexico, so it's very readily available. How to prevent from using. A big thing is watch the people, places, and things around you. Again, like I said, if you're at a party there's going to be dope and stuff like that, don't go. You know, if you know that the people, the crowd that uses, just, stay away from them as much as you can so that you're not reeled into the way they're doing things. Just say no. I know that's hard because you don't want to look like I know peer pressure is really hard and, come on, don't be a loser or whatever, I know that that's difficult, but just saying no and shutting that door, and some people just say, oh, well, not right now. If you say not right now, well, then I'm going to offer it to you again. So if you just say no, I don't use, and shut that door, that's a good thing to do. Shut the door all the way. Again, stay away from places that have drugs there. Any other ideas that you have to prevent from using?
Sometimes people actually, I know for people that used to use, like some of the clients that I've worked with in the past, they've actually had to move out of the city because too many people knew who they were. So there's like all different kinds of ways that you can stop from using drugs or prevent from using. Mm-hmm. But the biggest thing is watching the people, places, and things. Sometimes you can't be friends with people anymore that you used to be friends with. Mm-hmm. And lots of times that's hard because you're so stuck on that friendship that you don't realize
that it's not a good friendship. Yeah, I get that a lot working in this field. It's hard for me to stop hanging around with Joe because he's my good buddy. He was always there for me, and yeah, but was he there for you when you went to jail? No. So I get that a lot, that it's hard for them to cut ties with people that they used to use with because they were such good friends. But essentially you have to just cut it off and start with a new set of friends and move on. So but there are people that say, well, my whole family drinks. I mean, it's the norm. It's the normal thing to smoke marijuana in our family, or the normal thing to drink alcohol, and they really do have to actually cut off some of their relatives to actually be successful in their recovery. And it's hard, it's sad, but that's just the way sometimes it has to be. Everybody's individualized, for sure. Everybody has their own reasons. There's no set, like, you use because of peer pressure. Everybody uses because of that. You're absolutely right. There's all kinds of different reasons for that. So, and also how to prevent from using. Everybody's individualized in that respect too. What works for you might not work for me. So on behalf of Back to the Basics, please, we absolutely thank you for your attendance tonight. We have our website, Back to the Basics, please. We have many different links that you can talk or look at. We have our forums, our HIV outreach, our life wellness, our resource link, which provides resources around the community and actually around the United States, our substance abuse and abuse outreach. So if you ever would like to log on to our website and talk to somebody, absolutely go for it and check out our website. We encourage it. And we will also encourage that if anybody would like to, or if you know anybody that needs to attend a substance abuse group, please let us know, because Chris and I do have a substance abuse group that's going to be ran on Saturdays, talking about the different things, loneliness, and because for drugs, it's not just about putting down the drugs. It's about, like how you said, it's about regaining your self-esteem, identifying who you are and what your strengths are, and all that stuff. Putting these drugs down, that's fine and dandy, but let's take care of some of the other things. Again, visit our website, and if you know anybody that needs help, please let us know. We're out there to help.